Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Married to Sports podcast. With me, as always, I got Rodney, Corey, and Dio. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing good. How are you?
Whatever. I'm used to
We're
doing this in
doing
the
good.
morning. It just comes out. We
I
are
know.
doing this
I
in the
know.
afternoon. We had some crazy schedule changes, so for you guys that are in tune with us, we appreciate you guys sticking with us. Uh, Unfortunately, some things did have to get moved around this week, uh, and we will have further discussions on what the future of time looks like. But in the meantime, Dio, you have the Steelers win the North, and I'm assuming this is because you cut Slay and got Thielen, right?
Yeah, but there's other stuff going on. Steelers are making some moves. Tomlin has been pretty much put on notice by Rooney and has been told that he needs to right the ship. Aaron Rodgers has been, I think, kind of humbled a little bit. I think that hit he took the other day gave him a new perspective on how to talk to his fellow teammates. Because I think there's been some bad locker room juju going on with Aaron Rodgers and the rest of that team. And I'm not going to say that the guy let Aaron, that guy loose after he blocked him to get Rodgers the way he did. But Rodgers is definitely refocused, and I think the Thielen pickup that's a good pickup. Thielen wasn't getting any looks in Minnesota, so why not? They cut him loose, and the Steelers snatched him because Thielen's still a good receiver. So I got to say, with DK on one side, Thielen on the other, and stop running three tight ends and getting Washington open in the middle, that big dude, I like it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think
that's what I said earlier.
I think
Is
Slay may have been part of the bad juju on the defensive side. He definitely wasn't performing like years past. So maybe they got somebody that's got a little bit more speed to pick up in the slot. So yeah, you know what? Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers go on a run.
the thing is Thielen, I think, is the kind of receiver like a Jordy Nelson for Rodgers, and I think that's what he needed
Yep.
because Aaron Rodgers has never ran with three tight ends. That's never been his thing. He likes to let that ball loose, and besides Washington and then Johnny Smith, I mean, he can get out there, but he needs his receivers. I like with DK, Thielen. Then you can put Austin in there and your tight end, even if you want to run two tight ends. Great.
Oh,
No three tight ends, though.
No, Johnny Smith's been a bust. Arthur Smith is really, I think, garbage, but we're stuck with him unless we have another couple bad games like we
I
had against Buffalo and they let him go. I mean, at this
there's
point,
two
something's
OCs
got
in
to
this
change.
league, and it's Arthur Smith and Todd Munkin. To this day, I still do not understand how they have a job. I cannot figure it out. Like, you are the two worst offensive coordinators I've ever seen in my
Yeah,
life. Like, and I've seen a lot of Pee Wee football, and I'm not
uh,
talking college. I'm not talking college. I'm talking like
Canada
little
was
league.
pretty bad.
I've seen a lot of little
Canada
league
was
football, and you are worse than some of the offensive coordinators I've seen doing that. Like, there's no way you should be doing anything
Canada was
in football. Period.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Dio. Monken was at Georgia for a while before he became the OC at Baltimore, right? He left the college game, if I remember right.
Yes, he was if I'm not mistaken, he coached at Army at one point.
Yeah, but he was there with Mark Rick though, right?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, he was at Mark Rick. He was a head coach at Army,
Yeah,
but still, his offense is
yeah.
him and Arthur. I've never understand why Arthur Smith has kept his job as an
Yeah.
OC, especially with the Steelers as long as he's had it.
And not only
Nah,
that, he was a head coach at the Titans for a year, wasn't he?
I
Arthur
don't know.
Smith? Or the Falcons?
yeah. He was head
One of
coach.
them, but he was a year.
Yeah,
They
he was
got
Falcons,
head
yeah.
smart.
he was head coach at the Falcons. Yeah.
All right, so the body of work that he ran on offense, how do you get another offensive coordinator job when you were fired in
Well, that
season?
was my question about Eberflus. Like, you couldn't even make it through a
Tell
Bears
me that.
season, and we picked you up. Like, the Bears were supposed to be known for defense, and Matt Eberflus couldn't even get their defense right. Why would we pick you up? It'd be like going and getting Arthur Smith to go along with you. Like, which honestly I thought we did with Scotty, with Shotty. With Schottenheimer, I really thought we did. I'm actually really impressed with Schottenheimer. There's a lot of Cowboys fans that want his head, and I don't understand that.
No, I think he's doing a great job for you guys, honestly.
Yes, I do too.
You know what? Year one, you have to have some growing pains when you're a first-time head coach at any level. But
that's not growing pains, Rodney. When you're a first-time head coach, that's birthing pains.
Well, birthing
Yeah.
pains,
But I'm not even going to put it on him.
The point is,
there is no reason Bryce Young should look like an All-American. There is no reason Caleb Williams should look like an All-American. There's no reason the defense should give up that many points and the offense put up that many points. This honestly looked like Cincinnati with Joe Burrow, where they're scoring 33 plus and have 0-6. The rest of the league is an ungodly amount to zero to an ungodly amount losing those games, and they've lost 4 or 6 of them. They're the only team in history to do it.
I agree with you, Brandon, but my point was this, to the fandom. A first-time head coach is an anomaly that has to grow in the game, learn from his mistakes. The fans have to give him time. Like you tell me about Bryce Young. Giving him time.
But as a coach.
All right. Just a prime example, Rod. Just real quick. Go ahead,
as a coach,
you're on a roll.
Right.
Go.
When I'm looking at other coaches, there are certain things I'm looking for. Right? I want to see how well you lead a team, how well you can get the guys to rally, how much they actually work for you. Right? Because if you're getting out there and these guys aren't working for you, what are we doing? Right? You're not a leader of men. He's leading the team. He's getting the offense rolling. He's doing his job. It's been Matt Eberflus not doing his job. There are certain signs of growth, like with Bryce Young, with you and Bryce Young. He threw for 450 yards. I knew that was in him.
Right.
Now, can you get that consistently with him? Your problem with Carolina is you guys have not gotten the right coordinators and coaches and the right pieces. They kept the pieces. You guys do really, really well. You get something that you can build off of, and then you tear it apart and send it all over the country. Well, what good is that? Adam Thielen is now a Steeler, and he should have been a Panther.
I agree with that. Go ahead, Dio.
So just looking at Dallas for the year, points for, points against. Y'all are at a +9. You scored 9 more points than what you've given up. But just to give you a sample size there, that shows the difference between you guys and another team would be Seattle. Seattle is at a +133 differential because their defense, they've only put up 1 more yard. They've only put up 1 more point than your Dallas offense with Sam Darnold. The difference is your defense. So night and day, you're absolutely Eberflus is the problem in Dallas.
You know what? I've sent Brandon plenty, like especially lately. I've been sending him clips that I get on when the Cowboys go in the locker room. You know, the one thing that everybody's talked about is Ben Johnson. He took his shirt off and stuff, but you know what? Shotty, after every game, he has a list, and it is, touchdowns, touchdown passes, rushes, sacks, blah blah blah, and even field goals. And everybody gets on. I like it. I love I'm seeing in him.
You stole my thunder, Corey. I was going to go there because I get the same clips for the Carolina Panthers. And one thing I'm going to say about Canales and Schottenheimer together is when you watch those clips, they command that locker room. The guys want to be there with these coaches. It's a whole different energy compared to.
Yeah, I like that. I like it that with him being a younger coach and a first-time coach, I love seeing that because it just shows me that he's got the passion, and that's what I want. I want to coach with passion.
When you showed me the locker room after the Chiefs game,
but if
and he's sitting here going, is it 1 in the first quarter? Is it 1 in the second quarter? Is it 1 in the third quarter? No, but it's 1 in the fourth. Dude, that dude had me pumped up, ready to put my cleats on. Like, dude, I was ready to go Thanksgiving Day. Like, holy heck!
Yeah,
Like, I was ready.
exactly. And that's what Shot Hunter, I love seeing that because I'm like, you know what? These are, $1 million athletes and he's got them acting like teenagers in that locker
Grown
room
men acting like little
after a
boys.
game.
It was fun. It was fun to watch.
Yeah. And that's fun to watch. That's something I want to see. I want to see that because you know what? Yeah, they've had a rough season, but oh my goodness, look, watching that still,
And,
you know, I
and
love
you
it.
know, we all sit here and say Jerry Jones won't say yes man. Crowdy might be the yes man, but I'm going to be honest with you. For him to show that kind of enthusiasm in the locker room, win or loss, shows that he does get the respect in the locker room. Don't you? And that's something that as a head coach you gotta have is the respect of the locker room. I know I'm frozen, okay? How bad's the picture today? I see Dio laughing.
Oh my God, Rodney! It never fails. 10 minutes in, you freeze up like you're having a seizure. Real quick, guys. Neil Brown is the next head coach at North Texas.
I don't hate that hire.
Why does that name sound familiar?
West Virginia
He
head
was
coach and former
and Troy
Uh,
Troy.
and Troy.
Okay.
Um, and when we get into Brandon's favorite, I do want to talk about Pee Wee football. So
What's up?
I'm gonna bring
We want to talk
up.
about Pee Wee football. Is it Lane
Okay.
Kiffin?
all right, so you have these championship conference games coming up this weekend, and I'm trying to understand how this is fair. It's one thing for Atlanta, to host the SEC championship, and you got Georgia just right down the road in Athens playing there, which is kind of like a home game. But why is North Texas playing at Tulane Stadium? Do they host it every year regardless if Tulane's in it or not? Because that's what
I think so. I think that is.
This is a damn home game for Tulane in a conference
A
championship.
literal
Yeah.
game.
Well,
That needs to be changed. If they play,
actually, hold on, Dial. Hold on, real quick. Some of the lower conferences actually, whoever, sometimes they do the switching around and stuff, but a lot of times the championship game is held at the highest seeds stadium.
no, North Texas
I was
is
gonna
in
say North
first
Texas
place
would
in
be
that
the higher seed.
conference.
Oh, okay. But I know some of the young. Yeah.
So North
That may,
Texas
yeah,
So they must do it
game
at
if you
Tulane.
go by Corey's reasoning. I'm just saying. North
because they're ranked.
should be if they're the number one seed, then they should be hosting, not Tulane.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But is it because Tulane is ranked and they're not?
Actually, I think it's because of their stadium. I think Tulane actually does host that conference's championship. To be totally honest, I was thinking like
They need to move it to
Um,
they need to move it to the Superdome, or they need to move it to the Jerry's World or something. They need to have a new.
Yeah.
Even Memphis would be a great.
Where is
place.
Tulane? Oh, okay.
New Orleans.
Or yeah. But can they really sell out a Superdome? No.
That's the key question. That's why they do
Not that
the college stadium like this. But you know what? You could even go like a Aggie State, Texas Cal Field, for instance, and still have the home games there because they are done using the stadium. You get my point?
Yeah.
I mean, there are college venues that would be available if you didn't can sell a Jerry's World or a Superdome or, well, I was going to say Liberty Bowl, but you could probably sell that out. That ain't that big. But there is something else I want to bring up. You know, Dio, you brought up yesterday about Satake going to Penn State.
Yeah.
BYU is trying to throw the Book of Mormon, pun intended, at him to stay, using religion and the
Well-
founder of Crumble Cookie offering so much money, and another whey protein company, I forget the name of the company, offering
Well,
$20 million of NIL. If you're in that,
sources have said that he's staying.
what?
Sources says he intends to remain at BYU.
He snubbed Penn State over BYU. You know what? Good luck with that, bud. That's a dumb move on his part.
But I don't understand it because I've been saying on your lives and my life, Kentucky would be a good fit at a bigger school. He is that guy that you can pencil in a guaranteed 10, 11 wins, and he gets his program going the right way.
Players coach. Players love him. Players love him. They loved him
That's
at
the point.
Navy. They loved him at BYU. But at the end of the day, that Penn State conversation was probably the biggest one he'll ever get.
And the golden ticket at that point, because you know what, you go be successful at Penn State, even a James Franklin success where you get 10 wins a year. You know what? Ultimately, hey, Arkansas is calling. Go to Arkansas. I'm making a point.
Arkansas fans are not loving their hire.
No. Well, I'm going to tell you something about BYU. This does not surprise me. BYU, there's a reason they got the #1 basketball recruit in the nation that is not Mormon to come to their school this year. So their donors and stuff are making sure to keep this, and I like that idea. I do, because BYU, you look at BYU even back in the day when they had McMahon and Steve Young and stuff, BYU was relevant, and now they're relevant again, and they think this is the right coach. Hey, they threw everything out at him.
So,
I don't blame him.
so ultimately, where the heck does Penn State go from here? Because you know what? I'm not saying Lane Kiffin would have went, but for the sake of name dropping, you had Lane Kiffin, you had Summerall, you had Jesney. I mean,
Penn State isn't what it used to be when Paterno was there. It's not a sexy thing, and Penn State is trying to hire coaches. And if you look at the basketball coach, not a big name. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get these coaches to come in here, and just because of name recognition, because they're Penn State, that's not how it works anymore.
and you know what? You go on his live sometime, Corey Mandrick, Tony Mandrick. He went to Michigan State. You know, they did confirm they hired Pat Fitzgerald. And I loved what Mandrick did on his video, talking about it. The man deserves second chances. Why not? And broke down what happened. And you know what? Is there a guy that could be that guy for Penn State that would flourish? I mean, I think Pat Fitzgerald, if you look at it, would have been a good Penn State hire. I'm not going to say elite, but good.
But he had baggage. Penn State's not going to hire any coach with any baggage because of the Sandusky stuff. That will never happen again until that's out of everybody's memory, and that probably will never get out of people's
You're right,
memories.
because that year I did catch into the Freddie Coleman show, and I said because at that time, how long that went in during the off season, it didn't feel like the football season would ever be the same that time, and it wasn't. That's all you heard about with Sandusky.
Who wants to go play outside in the cold?
So you're
Who wants to go outside in the cold
Right.
and be outside in the cold? Listen, I coach football, and our season starts when the men
And if-
end. So
and-
right now we're getting
yeah,
into
and if
playoffs,
you-
right? Which means I'm fixing to get into practice. I'm not gonna lie to you. I got hand warmers and everything else out there because it's miserable. It's miserable cold. I don't really want to go coach at Penn State. I would do it, but I don't really want to go coach at Penn State. That's not really a desirable job to me, and especially after the Joe Pa thing. That's really not a
Especially-
desirable job for me.
It's yeah. And it's not like they're at Ohio State. You know, Ohio State has not really been down. Penn State's been down. What coach wants to go coach in Penn State when most of your recruits out of Pennsylvania, are going to warmer towns, warmer universities.
We watch football, so we
Or going to
understand why
Ohio
James
State.
Franklin got fired. But there's a lot of guys out there that really don't understand why James Franklin got fired, and it's probably because they're terrible coaches themselves.
But, I will say one thing since I got with my wife and she's from Pennsylvania. You know what? I will say watching more Penn State games than I have in the past. One thing about it is those fans are hungry. They are always so energetic. They always are in the game no matter how bad it is. They deserve a winner. And that's all I'm going to say about that because
I
ultimately,
feel like there's
don't know
100
where
colleges
go
you could
from
say
here.
that about, and not everybody can win the Natty every year.
Yeah.
I agree.
You
But
know,
I'm saying from where they had been and where they are now, go scraping the bottom of the barrel.
no, where do they go from now? Here, I'll tell you where they should go. There's a coach that wants to go to Penn State because he graduated from there. Go hire him, see what he can do. Go get Bobby Ingram and see what he can do. He's a Penn State grad. He knows the history. Bring him back, see what he can do. But they're too easy. They want that splash
I think
hire
they
like
should have got
everybody
rid of
else
Franklin.
does.
I 100% agree that they should have got rid of Franklin. I think they should have got rid of Franklin probably earlier than what they did. I think I would have got rid of him going into the season. But at the same time, my biggest issue with getting rid of Franklin was where do you go from here?
And now that's the main question all these weeks later when everybody's about got
Good
their
thing
head
about that is
coaches
though is I'm not a
confirmed.
Penn State fan,
Where do you go from
and
here?
it doesn't bother me. It doesn't mean anything to me one way or another. I'm sorry your AD sucks up there in Penn State. Maybe he should be looking for another job. Walmart needs some door greeters, man. There's not enough friendly people at Walmart.
Agree. No, they need some cashiers. I went to Walmart today and had to use self checkout for almost $200 worth of groceries. I'm gonna tell you, I'd rather have more cashiers than more self
I mean,
checkouts.
I'm fine either way, but the AD needs another job. He clearly can't direct athletics. No, I do want to talk about something interesting though, or I think it's interesting in college sports, and I want to kind of stir up some drama. Lane Kiffin goes to Ole Miss, and daughter's boyfriend bounces. Like the news dropped, and he hit the transfer portal. Did not wait. Why don't you think
Probably didn't have a position.
he was the
Probably didn't
captain
have a
of the
position.
squad?
Under Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
If you're that guy, you're that guy.
What? Really? That guy that got hurt and really hadn't played the rest of the season? I mean,
If you're
why
that guy,
not?
you should be able to
Get the
take that
hell
spot
out.
no matter what.
And you know what?
Hey, wait,
That's just
hold on.
drama that's just drama Lane Kiffin doesn't need on that team because people are going to go, he only gets to play because he's dating his daughter. I don't blame it. I think Lane's probably going to help him get to another school that he wants to go play at, just so it's out of his hair. There's no whispering like, hey, this guy gets to play because
Who was it? Sorry, I'm caught lost. Who was the
Lane Kiffin,
who got in the transfer portal?
the linebacker for LSU
Yeah.
that's dating.
Oh, the
Lane
linebacker.
Kiffin's daughter.
Okay. Sorry.
well,
I
the
just
thing
didn't
is,
hear
that
who
it
was.
shocked Lane
You
Kiffin.
know what?
If y'all didn't catch that part of the story, Lane Kiffin was shocked about it. Lane Kiffin had no idea.
I haven't seen it, so
You know what? Lane Kiffin should go to Hollywood and be an actor
I agree.
because he plays the part pretty well. So
there's a part of the Lane Kiffin thing that I think I told Dial before we got on. His offensive coordinator that's coming with him from Mississippi, Charlie Weiss Jr. Ole Miss or not just Ole Miss, but LSU and Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss have allowed him to come back to Ole Miss to coach through the playoffs,
Right.
which I really do like that idea.
probably because they got word that they probably weren't going to
Well,
get
you
into
lost
the
your OC.
playoffs.
There's that word again. Playoffs.
So if Charlie Weiss Jr. goes back to be the OC, then that does give
Well,
Ole Miss a better
one of the
opportunity to play.
yeah. Yeah, and the other thing is the one thing that LSU did with I like where LSU is because one thing that they did, they paid Lane Kiffin what he would have got for making the playoffs, his bonuses at Ole Miss. So that goes to show me it was all the athletic director that didn't want him staying through the playoffs.
And you know what?
So
That's a bad look for Ole Miss. Think about this. If, for instance, James Madison or North Texas makes the playoffs, right? Those athletic directors have agreed for them to stay on and coach through the playoffs. I mean, that says something about how you respect the person to me. Not just, oh, well, you took this job, you're gone, see ya, and put those kids in the bowl game instead of the playoff.
I'm gonna be real. Had this
You know,
not have happened, had Charlie Weiss not have gone back to Junior, Charlie Weiss Jr. Had he not have gone back to Ole Miss to coach for the playoffs, I thought they should have been done. I thought they should have been booted. And you're gonna say, oh, it's not fair to the kids. The kids aren't gonna be able to compete without the coach. Sorry, it's just not gonna happen. They're gonna get mollywopped in the first round.
I don't disagree. And remember last year, for instance, Marshall lost their head coach, Charles Huff. What happened when he took that job at Southern Miss after he went extended? Half that team left with him, Brandon. I mean, but here's the difference between what we're seeing now and what we saw then. Marshall was fined up to $1 million because they could not participate in the bowl because they didn't have enough players. How is that fair? I'm just throwing the same scenario out there.
No, it's absolutely not fair to the players. But, I don't know if y'all know this or not, but in the NFL, you cannot talk to coaches until after the season.
Yep, and that's exactly what I said, Brandon.
Yep, we've talked about this because the NCAA needs to nip this in the bud. They got to start putting the rules down because they've let it go on too far, and that's why we're in the situation we're in right now. I think the next rule, the big rule that's going to come out, it's probably going to be called the Kiffin rule because of this situation. The man's name's going to be in history.
Oh, he's going to expose the NCAA.
Good or bad.
He's going to absolutely expose it.
That's exactly.
And he might be
he is now the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Oh yeah.
College football.
Oh yeah, and it's not even close. Like I know Arch is a little different.
Yeah, and that's
right now there is no loyalty in football. Loyalty in football is over with. It's over. It's over.
Yes,
because it's
that's in basketball too, Brandon.
Right. So if I'm Arch Manning, why would I not go to LSU? I'm still not following in Eli's footsteps. I'm still not following in Archie's footsteps, which is what I want to accomplish, which is the whole reason I'm going to a different school. LSU is still a great school. I'm with the #1 offensive coordinator. He's completely turned Ole Miss around, and I'm going to make more money in college than I will my rookie contract. So why the hell would you not take advantage of the money and take advantage of the situation and go get you a natty? Now, as a Texas fan, I don't want him leaving, but why would you not? There is no loyalty anymore. It's over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're right.
And
go ahead.
The biggest sign of that was look at. Well, no. Look at. We'll go back to last year. Look at Will Howard. If he'd have stayed at Kansas State, he'd have never got drafted in the NFL. But he went to Ohio State, made more money on the NIL, won a natty.
Yeah.
And look, he got drafted by the Steelers this year. And, the same thing goes for Cam Ward. He would have never been the #1 pick if he'd have stayed at Washington State.
100%. We agree.
Do you know what Lane Kiffin's about to do at LSU? In a sense, it's almost going to be a preview of what is the Senior Bowl, where you have like the best of the best of these guys trying to get one last look by NFL scouts, that he could absolutely play general manager of like Madden, to where he can put different players off these teams on his based on the money and the attractiveness of his program. When Brandon says he's about to expose the NCAA, it's going to be a shit show.
I mean, you already said
And
it.
I mean, there's a difference between Lane Kiffin and other coaches. You can spend all the NIL money your university gives you, but you have to coach them.
Right.
Lane Kiffin can coach
Right.
these guys. That's the difference.
And I agree. I want to go back to something y'all were talking about how the coaching should be hired after the season.
Yep.
Unless you're out of coaching, like when Penn State fired Franklin, right? I'm not saying for him to go there, but I'm making a point. Like Jimbo Fisher was out there.
There's
If
no.
you had hired,
Doesn't matter. Rodney, you can't have it both ways. If you fire a coach, that coach has to wait till that national championship game is over.
If they're
It
if they're
It doesn't
if they're off the
matter.
couch, I don't
It
have a
doesn't
problem with
matter.
you going and getting a coach off the couch. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with you getting a contracted coach.
I agree, Brandon. That's all I'm saying. If Jimbo
Don't have it
Fisher,
both
No, because if Penn State wanted to go get Mike McCarthy right now, I would not complain at all one bit.
That's different. He wasn't a college coach. What I'm saying is, if a coach starts a season, just like a player, just like a player, if a player all of a sudden says, "Fuck this program, I don't want to play at this college anymore," and they're gonna sit out the rest of the year, and the university cuts them loose like Tennessee did Nico, well then guess what? Nico has to wait until at the end of the season, which he should have. Same thing with a coach. If you start the season as a coach anywhere and you're terminated, you have to respect the rule.
I'm
And
with
don't
you
have
on
a
that.
gray area
But
on
we're
this
talking
shit.
about a coach that we're talking about a coach that listen. If I work construction but I'm unemployed, guess what I'm not doing? I am not working construction. I am not a construction worker. So if you were unemployed at the start of the season, you are not a coach. Therefore, I absolutely agree that you can go get that
That's
coach.
correct. Mike McCarthy would be a great example of where you could talk to Mike McCarthy
Yes.
because he was not a college coach at the beginning of the season. And the same thing with Gundy. Next year, if Gundy decided not to coach next year, and all of a sudden Florida State fires Mike Norvell game 5, game 6, and then they call Gundy, that is allowed because
We're
Gundy
arguing the
was
same
not a
point.
current football coach.
That's wrong.
Absolutely.
That's all I'm saying.
I understand
That's
that,
all I would
Brandon.
say.
Yes, we are. But if a player starts the season with a school, he doesn't get to go to another school or be picked up by another school until after
Right. I'm
the
100% with
portal
that.
opens. Which is going to be
Yeah, I'm 100% with that.
That's what I'm getting.
But if a
at.
coach is unemployed,
thing
I think
should
they
be-
should. If a coach gets fired,
Coaches and
like
players.
Penn State just fired Franklin. Franklin should not be able to go find another job because he was contracted at the beginning of the season. However, guys like Mike McCarthy
Correct.
should be able to get hired in no matter when because they're technically unemployed. Fuck
John
Gruden.
Gruden.
God damn.
John
Brian
Gruden,
Daboll.
Jimbo Fisher.
They want to go. If they want, hey, you don't know. If Gruden doesn't end up with another NFL team, who's to say he doesn't try the Bill Belichick?
I don't think Gruden's a good coach.
You don't know that. There's tons.
I watched what he did with the Raiders. There was nothing that said, "Hey, Gruden's a good coach."
What if Gruden goes to South Florida? He'd be the same example. He wasn't a college coach. They can
Perfect.
interview him.
More power to you.
That's
And then
all
when
I
you're
would
sitting
say.
where you're sitting,
as long as
I guess Gruden was that. Gruden was the answer. I'm sitting
sitting
there.
on my
I'm
couch.
sitting in
Where
my,
you
well, I'm
sitting?
sitting in a recliner right now.
We're not making shit. I'm going to rub my 2 wooden nickels together. Shut up.
I'm just saying.
was
Actually,
that
I have
going to
contract signing this
continue
weekend.
or a wooden
I actually
down?
signed my contract this weekend.
Hey,
Hey, listen here, Pinocchio.
here's some.
Listen here, Pinocchio.
Hey,
with the
something on-
stump growing on your face. I don't want to hear from you, Mr. Frozen.
Here's
wait
the
a
thing
minute.
about here's something about Lane Kiffin though. You know, we everybody bitches that he keeps moving, right? You know, we see it in the military. You know, military kids, their whole lives, you know, their parents are getting stationed other places. They have to move. And you see a lot of times when they grow up, if they don't go in the service, they move a lot. You know what? That's the same thing with Lane Kiffin because his dad was a coach, and look at all the places he moved.
It's in his blood.
I mean, that's something we got to look at with these coaches too, because some of them are just.
Now, see, I
born
think
like
that only
that.
hurts when we're talking legacy.
You know,
I'm going to be honest. I think if Lane Kiffin had stayed
it
at Ole
does. It
Miss
does hurt legacy.
and won a
yes.
national title with Ole Miss and then went to LSU, we would look at his legacy a little differently. But he didn't. He jumped ship. He went to LSU. Now, if he went to
Exactly.
Natty here, we're going to look at him, but we're not going to look at him in the same light as we look at Bear Bryant, as we look at Nick Saban, as we look at. Man, I don't like Mac Brown.
You're right.
I thought Mac Brown did a great service to Texas for a while, but when he left it in shambles. Thanks.
Well, and he went back to North Carolina where he built that, and he actually got North Carolina back
Right.
to relevancy, and then he retired. And they haven't
Talking
been
about Bear
since.
Bryant real quick. Do you know Bear Bryant? Perfect example. We all think of Bear Bryant. We think of Alabama,
I
right?
didn't even know he
You don't
coached for
remember Texas
A&M.
A&M,
I only
do you?
knew him in Alabama. I didn't even know him. I
Or Arkansas.
wasn't even alive yet.
Yeah, or Arkansas. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm just saying, back in history, you don't hear people with history buffs saying, well, he was at Texas A&M, he was at Arkansas. Huh?
Yep.
And that's something that we
Look at Saban. Saban, Michigan State, LSU, Miami Dolphins, Alabama.
Yep, and that's where his legacy's at, and that's the thing. It's been going on since the beginning of time.
Listen,
as the
Bear
coaches
Bryant-
going to different schools.
How do you,
You
think
know,
Michigan
but the-
State fans feel about? How do you think Michigan State fans feel about Saban?
Bear Bryant
Oh, they
passed away 1 month and 5 years before I was born.
Yeah, I know, Brandon.
Hey, you need to watch more ball.
All right.
Brandon, you need to watch more film. Dang, come on.
They don't make VHS no more.
I sent you a video earlier from AP.
They don't make VHS players no more.
Huh?
They made this more expensive because they're obsolete, though.
All right, what, Rodney? What was your video?
I sent you a video from ABC News where they interviewed Herm Edwards on the Kiffin thing. Did you ever watch that?
No, I haven't, but anything Herm Edwards has to say, he's full of shit.
Well, no, he brought up a good.
Hey, I
He's
like
another
Herm.
one that likes to
I think
jump.
he's a good coach.
He brought up a good point.
I do too.
I liked him in
He
Cincinnati.
brought up a good point, and this
But-
is the point. People sit here and are going to bash Kiffin for leaving Ole Miss the way it happened. Okay.
Yeah, Bill Cowher did too, and I mean, I can't believe what Bill Cowher said about it Sunday on air for CBS. I just said, why are you talking about Lane Kiffin in college football? I love Bill Cowher. He was a great coach for the Steelers, but I disagreed with him on that. And hey, LeBron James, stay the fuck out of it, because Bill Cowher has no business talking about Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. He needs to stick to the NFL.
You know what, though? Lane Kiffin, no matter what, everybody's got his name in their mouth. And look at him. He's going cha-ching.
Hey, while we're talking about Lane
cha-ching,
Kiffin, though,
cha-ching.
real quick,
Exactly.
just really quick,
Free rent.
the Giants missed. The Giants absolutely missed. I would have got Lane Kiffin on the Giants and got him back with Giants. I'm not. You're looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm dead serious because he's what got Jackson
not.
Dart.
I'm not.
He
I'm
is who got Jackson Dart 100% NFL ready. So you think that kid is? You think a young kid is NFL ready? What's a grown man gonna do?
No, I agree with that, Brandon.
I do agree wholeheartedly, and that's why I
That's a
brought
good
it up
pick.
to y'all before when I heard that video about going from Ole Miss to the NFL. And I didn't see the one other team they mentioned, Tennessee Titans, but I saw the Giants' perspective because of Jackson Dart, more so than anything. So I'm 100% with you, and it would save face for a little bit. If he failed in the NFL, he could have came back and went to any
Right.
college he wanted to.
You know what LSU is? You know what LSU is to Lane Kiffin? That's his Alabama, and he's going to try to do
Yep.
what Saban did at Alabama.
I don't
He's
think
gonna
he
do it
is.
at LSU.
Exactly.
He's going to
Yep.
build his dynasty,
I don't think
his
he is.
legacy.
Wait.
I
All right.
think
hold on, Brandon. I got a serious question for you. You think Lane Kiffin's going to leave LSU in
Yeah,
say 5 years?
and I think he's going. I think he's going to pee
All right,
on it in the
where do
I
you
say
see
we
process.
do it
him?
for an NFL job.
Where do you see
I see him going back to the
going?
NFL. I do. I see him. No, I see him having a bounce back career just like Cam Newton. Uh, Look, man. Sometimes when you're first time in the NFL, it's a little too much for you. You drop down to college, you get your feet up underneath you, you get rid of whatever demons you got. Because Nick Saban, dude, he's not just a coach of boys. Okay, he also coaches his coaches, and he turned Steve Sarkisian around. He turned Lane Kiffin around. There's a couple others that he turned around. So Nick Saban did a great job coaching me. And so I think Lane Kiffin belongs in the NFL, and I think that he's going to come compete with the big boys, and he's going to try to get his name in the Hall of Fame. And he's going to piss on the NCAA and show them how bad they really are.
All right, before you go, Dio, I got one more question for you. When you got a chance of being Nick Saban 2.0 or overtake Nick Saban, why would you leave LSU if you got that kind of mojo going on?
Because some of us want to compete for the ultimate prize. College football isn't where it's at.
Yeah, it is. That's why Bobby Bowden coached as long as he did where he coached. Listen, Brandon, Lane Kiffin is the same age as me, and he is going to a new university to build a program. By the time he gets done there, and no matter, I'm just not going to look, I'm not going to give you a hot take saying he's going to win multiple championships there, but he is going to build a dominant program there. By the time he's done and the money he's going to make, there's no way he's going to the NFL to try to start over again with an NFL team and give it a second run. Look, you know how hard it is to win a national championship in college. It's even harder in the NFL, okay, to win a Super Bowl. Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, they did it a lot. But you're not going to see that again.
We're watching
for a
it with Patrick
while.
Mahomes right now.
It's going to be a while. Well, Vrabel possibly with New England and Drake May. Patrick Mahomes is getting older too. He's going to start losing a step. Lane Kiffin's not going anywhere. If he starts winning natties at LSU, it's over. He's staying there. He's not going to go to the NFL.
Here's my input on that. Kiffin. Okay, he's 50. He's a month older than me. A little bit younger than Dio because Dio's old.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm probably older than Kiffin.
You rat bastard.
So Kiffin goes to LSU, and he's taking Charlie Weiss Jr. with him. Okay, I could see this. What Brandon's saying, I could say 5 years. If he wins a natty within the first 5 years, I could see him not going to a rebuilding NFL team, but a middle of the road team that has pieces together already. I could see him leaving LSU and being a head coach in the NFL, and making Charlie Weiss Jr. the coach at LSU. I could honestly see that happening, but it depends on what happens in the first 5 years. That's just my take. I could see him going back to the NFL only because that's all he's known in life.
All right.
You want to be the best. If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. Even though Saban's gone, Lane Kiffin's going to try to overtake Saban with natties. I'm just telling you, he's going to try to build.
I could see that. I could honestly see that happen too. But just knowing the kind of what Lane Kiffin has done throughout his career already, it lines up with his dad. It's usually a 5-year is the max, and he's gone.
All right.
And I could honestly see if he's not even 50, if he's 55, I could see him going to the NFL. But he's not going to go to a team like the Jets or like the Raiders again. A crappy team. He's going to go to somebody that.
All right. I got a question for Brandon and Corey here. Okay. You say middle of the road team. I'm going to take an established team like the Cowboys. And Dio, I'm going to throw your team in there.
Tomlin ain't going nowhere
right now. Okay?
Tomlin ain't going nowhere.
What? No, hear me out. Hear me out on this. This is what I'm saying. To Corey's point, do you see Kiffin going to those teams if y'all's coaches?
Here's the thing. Depends on what happens in the 5 years. I'm giving him the first 5 years because I'm saying if he wins a natty his third year and his fourth year, I could honestly see him going to the NFL and try to get to the the grand prize, the Super Bowl, but he won't go to the NFL like he did before and go to a shitty team like he went to. Just like
Kiffin's never
No,
going to coach the
I don't even look at
Cowboys.
the
I mean,
Cowboys.
that's a
no,
shitty team.
no.
No, I was just saying.
He's not a yes man.
Now, I would like to see.
That's all I was saying.
I would like to
About
see
the
Lane
two
Kiffin
things
take Arthur
you
Smith's
prefer.
place or Todd Munkin's place. But no, I really think Lane Kiffin belongs there. He may not like the cold, but if I'm not mistaken, I think the Giants playing in a dome now. I think the Giants would be a good fit for him. I think the Dolphins would be a good fit for him.
I got one even better for you, and I want to see. And this is hot take here, but I want to see what y'all think. The Bengals. You got Joe Burrow. You address that defense.
What is wrong? What are we doing? He hasn't even taken.
I know,
one
but I'm
fuck-
saying.
Oh my God!
No.
He was an NFL coach. He was an NFL coach before he was a college
All
coach,
right.
by the way.
God. You're about to have brain matter
So
coming
anyway-
out my nose.
Oh, that'd be a great video for you, Dio, to do, Dio. You love your
All right, so here in about 30 minutes,
skull.
Boston comes down to
Video.
my Detroit Red Wings. We're going to mollywop them. Who you got?
I got Boston in that game.
Corey, you go nuts.
And it's strictly on the matchup, Brandon. I think Boston's a little bit more physical. You got some speed skaters out there, but I think Boston's going to be a little bit more physical, checking in the boards tonight. So
Have y'all
I
seen my
give the edge
goalie?
to Boston tonight. I do.
Pretty nice.
I have.
He's not as good.
There's going to be he may have a great save percentage tonight.
He's going to be under
but
duress.
He's going to
I'm
be
not
under.
gonna lie. He
he's
will
gonna
be
be
under
under
duress
attack.
tonight.
Yeah,
But-
yeah. He's going to be busy.
30 points to
He's gonna be
28
busy
points.
tonight.
It's not like there's a whole lot of difference there. We are playing some really good hockey right now. I want to see our puck. I still want to see our puck skills get better. Man, we cannot handle the puck at all. That drives me crazy. But young man Kane, man, don't even worry about it. I need to get me a Patrick Kane. I gotta get me a Patrick Kane sweater.
They're $59.99 on.
Dude, I gotta get one.
You know what? That site.
I'm gonna take the Red Wings.
Sweater, by the way.
tonight.
That's not, I
Sweater.
gotta get
It's
sweater.
a sweater.
I say Bruins.
Okay.
I'm taking
The
the Red Wings.
KOD.
Corey, who you got?
There's the KOD. There's the fucking KOD.
Yeah, I'll pick my team. Who you got, Corey?
KOD.
Yeah, I got you.
Boston.
Senators and
Can you hear me?
Canadians.
Okay.
Senators and Canadians.
Who was it?
Now this is actually really cool. This is a really close game as well.
You know what?
28 points, 29 points. Canadians are at home. 12-9-4, 13-8-3.
You know,
So Canadians do have them by a game.
give me the Ottawa Senators. Give me the Ottawa Senators, the Capital, and they go into Montreal tonight, and the Chuck just has a hell of a game. Give me the
I'm gonna go Canadians.
I'm gonna go Canadians as well. Give me the underdog.
I'm going
The
to Senators.
Rodney's KOD
of the week.
Lightning and Islanders. This isn't even gonna be. Yeah, I don't even think this
I
is
gotta
gonna
go
be.
with the Lightning because that's my team.
I got the Lightning.
I know, but this,
Give me the Islanders. Give me the Islanders at the island.
Rod.
I guess I'm gonna go Islanders.
Rodney, pick your own damn team,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, my team is the Hurricanes. I can't pick them. They're not come up yet.
All right, you got the second best. You got the
And
second
then
best
Vegas-
team in hockey taking on New York.
What's the matchup?
Stars at Rangers.
Rangers, Stars, Rangers.
I'm gonna
I'll
go
take the
Rangers.
Stars. All right,
Hell yeah, I'm
thank
taking
God.
Dallas.
Stars on that one, Brandon.
Maple
Yep,
Leafs,
Stars.
Oh, and
Maple Leafs at Panthers.
I'm taking my Leafs tonight, man. We got Matthews back; he's healthy, and the Panthers have some injuries. And Maple Leafs would love nothing more than to go down to Florida and beat them on their ice. So give me my Maple Leafs.
I got to say Panthers because the Maple Leafs are down there playing on the beach.
Okay.
This is a really pivotal game for Toronto, I
I'm
think.
gonna go Panthers.
I think that they've got to figure out if they are what they are. You guys have definitely taken a step backwards this year. I thought you guys were really going to make a push.
Our goalie.
No, I get it.
It's strictly our goalie.
But I've also seen you guys like kind of step up a little bit these last couple weeks, where you guys are moving a lot faster and you guys are keeping the puck down on the other end and kind of alleviating your goalie. So I think you guys are going to take more shots than Florida tonight. Give me the Maple Leafs.
Yep.
With the upset.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
All right, we're skipping Rob. I'm just kidding. Wait.
No, he already put the Panthers.
Oh, okay.
He already took the
The
Pussycats.
Calgary Flames take on the Predators.
You know what? These are two really struggling teams. Give me the Flames going into Nashville.
Yeah, give me the Flamers as well. Huh?
I'm gonna take the Predators.
Who do you got?
I'm gonna take the Predators.
I'm going to go Flames.
All right. This should be a sweep. Canucks at Avalanche.
Whew. Man, Avalanche all day, man.
Yeah, give me the Avs.
Jesus
What's it going
Christ,
to
that
be?
team's
8-0?
No. Look, the Canucks play good hockey, but in Colorado,
Have you seen what
I'm
the
taking
Avalanche have been doing?
Avalanche.
Listen, I'm not trying to beat up on the Canucks. I think the Canucks are a decent team, right? But let's talk about Colorado for a minute. Dude, that is a monster of a team. What do you mean? They've been putting up goals on everybody. They got 48 points right now. They're leading.
It's sick.
The closest person to them, I
I
think,
know.
is at 33 points. No, Stars are at 38. They're the second best team. They're at 38. They're 10 points behind.
Yep.
And we're not even the
I-
All-Star
yeah.
break yet. The Avalanche is good. Like I'm nervous.
Yeah, yep. But here's the thing: I've seen this out of some teams, Brandon. This is crazy. Boston Bruins, Washington Capitals. They end up winning the President's Cup. Even the Winnipeg Jets. And when they get in the playoffs, and I'm not saying this is going to happen to the Avalanche, but history is against them. I mean, if I was going to Vegas and say, "Hey, I'd like to put some cabbage down on the Avalanche for the Western champions," that's not a dumb idea, but you may not
Oh,
hit that.
Crap shoot no matter what you do on that, when as far as that goes.
I know, but when you all right, so this team is playing. All right, so this team plays the schedule just like everybody else, and they, look, they win series, right? So, like, let's say they go on a run, like they're on a road trip, and let's say they've got 7 games on the road. They win 5 out of those 7, and then they got a home stand. They win 6 out of those 7. Okay, they're tallying up their points, but when you have to play a team in a 7-game series, that's where those teams sometimes falter, because these other teams go, okay, we didn't have a couple of weeks for you to replan against us when you play us again. We had a couple of nights off to make adjustments. And that's where these President Cup winners that win these like outrageous point totals and get the President's Cup, they get stuck in a 7-game series.
I'm going to go ahead and take the Avs.
I mean, the Golden Knights beat them. Stars beat them. Stars beat them again.
You can't win every game. You can't win every game, but you don't. Does that
No,
make
no,
any sense?
I get all that, but I'm looking.
It's kinda
I'm
like the
looking to see how
Dodgers.
they did against the
I mean, the
good
Dodgers
teams.
steamrolled
And right now,
teams.
as far against the good teams,
I know.
they beat the Mammoth
Well, you make-
5-1.
Right.
They beat the
But you
Stars
had-
4-1. But then you get
Yep.
into October, the Golden Knights beat
Yep.
them. Stars beat them. Stars beat them again. The Mammoth beat them. The Bruins beat them. The Devils.
Look, it's just like football, or it's like it's more like baseball or the NBA. You can have a team hot all year, but when they have to play the same team at least 4 times in a row, if they don't sweep them, that better team sometimes may get upset. Just like the Dodgers had to go
Yeah, but
7
twice in a
games
row
to
is
beat the Blue
that's
Jays.
not luck. You did that. They're actually struggling against those higher teams.
I get that.
So I got to look at the schedule again because it might be a strength of schedule thing.
But you have a weaker Western division. But a lot of the teams in the West are down right now, like Calgary. Teams like that, they're gonna beat them up, and they're gonna get their points total high. But when you get them in the playoff against good competition, and even a Stanley Cup final, let's say they go to the Stanley Cup final, they're going to be playing a team from the East that's not going to push them over. But yeah, the Avalanche they're good. They're doing everything right.
I'm sorry, they got 42
I'm not
points,
taking
not
anything away
48.
from them.
My bad, 42. While the Oilers,
They're still up there. Give me the Oilers on that one. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm going to go outside. Give me the Wild.
I'll take the Wild.
Okay, I'll be on that island.
Blackhawks and Golden Knights.
I would flip flop on these. If I'm taking the home ice team. I could flip flop these two.
I'm gonna take Vegas
I
as
could
well.
flip-flop 'em.
Yeah, give me Vegas. They're playing some good hockey right now.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of those even games where I'm kind of like, I'm gonna take.
It's
the
a
home ice
3-point difference between the Blackhawks and the Golden Knights. Like the Golden Knights are favored. Or they're favored. I like the Golden Knights.
Yeah. And then, like I said, honestly, if they were playing in Chicago, the odds would have probably flipped even. Like whatever they're favored by, it would flip to the.
And then the
Blackhawks.
last one is Capitals at Kings.
Well, first, give me the
Oh, my bad, buddy.
Vegas
Sorry.
Knights.
That was 3 games ago, Rodney. Where you been?
Well, and then you said Capitals Kings. Give me the Kings.
I'm going Caps. Ovi gets at least one game or one goal.
Give me LA, man. Give
Yeah,
me
I'm
the
going
Kings
with
at home.
Caps.
Give me
No,
LA,
keep-
man. Give me LA.
And the only reason I'm taking LA is they play a real fast, aggressive type of game, whether their goalie sucks or not, because his percentage wasn't that great. I just feel like the Kings will do it.
God, I wish you got out of your mouth the same speed that LA
Man,
skates.
they are
man.
slow.
Screw you, Dio. Screw you, Dio.
Wizards and Sixers.
The finals are already here, Rod.
Wizards and Sixers.
Do what? Oh God, Sixers.
Sixers.
Jesus
Yeah, ain't gonna be
Christ.
cool. Ain't gonna be a game. Sweet. Raptors and Trailblazers at Raptors.
Give me the Raptors.
Trailblazers.
Trailblazers with the upset for real?
Nah, I'm going
Yeah,
Raptors.
I mean,
that
Yep.
game.
Corey, you're on the island by yourself.
the money line's 160.
It's okay.
The money line's 164.
That's not bad.
I kind of like Portland in this game. I just didn't know if I was gonna be on an island.
Yeah, I like Portland in this game.
I mean, if you look at Portland the last few games, no, they did get blown out by the Rockets, but they got beat by 133 to 138 to the Mavericks. Uh, they beat the Warriors, beat the Bucks, got beat by the Spurs, beat the Pelicans. I mean, that's a bad team. Thunder barely beat them. Trailblazers beat Thunder. Actually, the Trailblazers beat the. That's how they got their. The Thunder got their one loss was Portland. I think Portland can win this game. Give me Portland.
Yeah.
Taking Portland over Toronto. Knicks and Celtics.
I'm taking Celtics.
I'm going
Nerd.
Knicks.
The KOD. I'm going Knicks as well. It would be different if the Knicks are playing at home, but the Knicks are going to the Garden. And for some reason, when Boston plays at home and when the Knicks play at home, they just seem to not be able to win. I don't know what it is. So I'm going to give the Knicks upset at Boston, and then when they go back and Boston goes to New York, Boston, I'm going to take the upset on that as well. Timberwolves or Pelicans?
I'm bringing you closer.
T-Wolves.
Give me the Wolves.
Question. Can the Pelicans
Yeah.
cover the 12.5?
No. Guess who's out again?
Zion
Williams.
Williamson is out for 3 weeks with a.
That guy needs to be kicked under the old Boston Square Gardens. I mean,
At this point, I thought the kid
is
lived
a
in
joke.
rehab.
He needs to be.
Yeah, he might as well be wearing a 49ers
resident.
jersey at this point. I mean, it's a joke. It's a joke. If I was a Pelicans fan, I would be in there kicking the door in saying, be done with this kid. Just give him his money. Let him leave. Just get him out.
Now,
He's taking up a bench spot.
let me ask you this. Do you think if he went to another team, his injuries would be less limited because he wants to play for them?
He don't care. He's collecting a paycheck. That's my
I
whole
agree,
point
man.
about it.
Until he
out
gets
there,
his
Dio.
weight down and changes his body, and actually puts the work in to change his body, he's not going to stay healthy. He's got to put the work in, dude. He's just getting bigger and bigger. It's really not a good look.
Greg Oden 2.0.
Grizzlies at Spurs.
Yeah,
This is a sweep, probably Spurs.
Grizzlies at Spurs.
Who was it? Spurs who?
yes,
Sweet.
give me Spurs.
Are you really?
I'm going to take the Grizzlies.
Hey, what?
Wemiana is still out, so
Spurs are tough at home, man. They win at home. It don't matter who's playing. They win at home.
they
And
do.
then
But
this is the game of the night to me. Thunder at Warriors.
Thunder.
And the
Nah,
Thunder
give me the
roll.
Warriors. I'm taking the Warriors.
Now, if Golden State wins, the money line on that is plus 440. Golden State's at home and Curry's back. I don't think that the Warriors are going to win. I would pick the Thunder, but plus 440 at home, I really do like that money line. So, but I'll give me the Thunder.
All right, Golden State, man. I'm by myself.
Bird, you've been frozen this whole time. And it's still tripping me out.
Well, thank you. I'm tired of
People are gonna think you're a ventriloquist dummy, and some man's got his hand up. You know what? And he's behind the chair.
You got horns and everything.
That's
Pretty
hilarious.
It was no worse than Chris yesterday eating those strips on
It was
live.
just audio yesterday, though. We're on video today.
Oh, you could have warned me, man.
We-
You
we-
could have
we-
warned me.
Hey, Rodney, you know what? Well, you know what fixes the frozen?
What?
All you gotta do is turn your camera off once and turn it back on. You wouldn't be frozen. But I didn't want to tell you earlier.
It out, and when it does that, it won't do that because watch.
But here's a question, Rod. Just out of curiosity, we had that conversation pre-game, like before we even started the recording. We had that conversation. So I'm just curious, when we were having that conversation, what conversation were you having?
Are you recording right now?
That's all right. That's a fair question, and I don't remember. Next topic.
I
was just wondering. Bird. All right, guys. This episode has been brought to you in part by Heaven Sent Hellbent Gear. Go to hshbgear.com. Enter promo code MARRIED, get your 15% off. W Energy, enter promo code MARRIED, get your 10% off. Dugout mugs, Styles Apparel, and is that it? There's another one? Oh yeah, Chris isn't here. We don't have pair of travelers. All right, guys.
think
If
that's
you
it.
need to go anywhere around the world, you hold our buddy
Yeah.
Chris. You can reach out to us, and we will get you in that direction, and he can get you anywhere around the world you want to be.
Thank you for doing the
I know,
finger
right?
thing too, because that's like he does.
All right,
I
guys.
like
Well, we
that.
appreciate it. We will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
See ya.